Shalom Israel. First, I want to start by giving all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Double honors into the elders, apostles, and bishops of GMS Great Millstone who rule well, teach, and edify. And peace and blessings into you, sincere Akim and Akwat in his household of faith. My name is Yeshaya. Adawan Ratazah. Going to make an edifying video going into John 16. The last verse, and it says, I'll actually start at 32. Behold, the hour cometh, yea, is now come, that ye shall be scattered, every man to his own, and ye shall leave me alone. And yet I am not alone, because the Father is with me. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me you might have peace. In the world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. Yahushai, fulfilling the mission. The Lord left us with a comforter. All right, these laws, statutes, commandments, these scriptures, man, and it brings us comfort in the midst of us being in this world. In the world, you shall have tribulation. All right, and the Lord, through his sacrifice, brought forth salvation unto the nation of Israel for us to be able to be joined unto him. When he comes back and be set up in the kingdom where dwelleth righteousness forever. But for now, we must deal with the tribulations of this world. To have to be here living in Babylon, to have to be scattered in diaspora all across the world, man. You got brothers in, you got brothers that woke up in Tokyo. You got brothers in Europe, Australia. You got brothers all over the world, man. And wherever it is on the world that you are, you're going to be dealing with trials and tribulations. Because at the end of the day, that's the condition of the battle in which we were sent to fight. All right? We please the Lord in our fight. And I made this video, I think I'm going to put the title as Stop Pouring into the World. Don't pour your cup into the world, man. Because in the world is nothing but evil, trials, tribulations, and no benefit. Right? When you pour your cup into the world, you're essentially taking that energy that you could have poured into the Lord and wasting it away. This faith requires us to be pouring everything that we can into Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And every man has their own level of vanity. Every man has their own, amount that they deal with. But at the end of the day, we should be achieving, to please the Lord. That's the end goal. Right? Is to please the Lord. Do that which is right. Do that which is that the Lord commanded us to do. Right? Because in Hamashiach we have peace, but in the world we have tribulation. And hey, that's as simple as it sounds. And the Lord, there is gonna come peace. When we Lord willing, being a part of the elect, get beamed up, we're watching those bombs come down. It's gonna be a very, very, very pleasing thing, bro. Because if you read up John the 16th chapter, it's like when a woman is in travail and she gives birth, she's in great pain, in great labor. All right, but then at the end, it's a very sweet reward, is you get to see your children. But in this world, that's exactly what we're dealing with, bro. This bullshit. In the world where we're in that fucking trial and tribulation, we're dealing with that pain. But at the end of it, that's what we have to have our eye to be on. The scriptures tell you, keep your eye on the end. We're not here to fill up the world's cup, bro. Chasing women all over the fucking place. And hey, 144, call all y'all. We're not here to fucking chase women, chase a bag. We're not here to chase a single fucking thing besides Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Spirit. Alright? We have to walk in the ways of the Spirit, please the Spirit, and do that which we must. King Solomon, when he came to be ruler, he prayed to the Lord, asking for wisdom and knowledge to rule this great people. He didn't ask for all the things that he got. The Lord gave it to him, as an accessory. Because he see that it was worthy of him, because he literally just wants to serve the Lord. And that's the type of mentality we want to have, is just to serve the Lord. All right? There's nothing here to live for. This whole world is vanity. Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter, King Solomon had everything, all right, and seen nothing to be worthwhile. He had the highest echelon of everything you could have. The most money, the most women, the most land, the most dominion, the strongest army, the most control. But yet he saw literally nothing to be worth it. Because it's vanity, bro. We're human beings. We fucking die. We die. That's really what it comes down to. But while we live, we must live for the Lord. But if you don't live for the Lord, in death, man, the Lord, man, what have you done for your spirit? A lot of people are fine with wronging their spirit just for a little fucking fun time here. But at the same time, you're not even having the fucking highest echelon of fun either. You out here sacrificing your crown for a bunch of fucking bullshit just to be that man on earth. Man, don't nobody give a fuck if you're that man on earth. Truly. It doesn't fucking matter. Even in America, bro. Some people think that they're the shit in America, but then they go overseas and quickly realize that the shit doesn't translate. Basketball players or fucking singers and song artists, just like how we don't really know the fucking major singer, song artists, millionaires in across the seas. You don't fucking know them, because it just doesn't matter. Being a human being is vanity, bro. That's the bottom line. But while we're here, we're sent here to fulfill the Lord. We're sent here to please the Lord, you know, do the whole duty of man, follow the commandments, fear the Lord. We're not here to fucking try to set up a peace here, man. We're not here to try to really enjoy shit. You know, and you have your level of vanity, and through the Spirit, you know, you're able to balance that with a just weight. Because the Lord is all about balances. But our primary goal isn't money, women, fucking anything, bro. Nothing. It's literally Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, pleasing the Lord, doing his works, all right, doing his laws, statutes, and commandments. Romans, the 14th chapter and the 8th verse goes into this further. And it says, for whether we live unto the Lord, and whether we die unto the Lord. Whether we live or die, we are the Lord's. And that's true. Because at the end of the day, let's put it like this. Is that woman gonna save you? Is that $1 million gonna buy you into the kingdom? Is that fucking car gonna drive you up into the heavens? It's not. None of this shit here is gonna do any of that for you. Nothing. The Lord has set up us a table in the midst of our enemies, and at this table we eat of truth, man. This truth tells us how to operate. This truth tells us which way to go about. This truth tells us what's important and what's not important. And what's not important is this fucking, you know, taking upon the fashion of this world. This world gets you fucking nothing but death. Alright? All of this shit just goes to serve as an example of if you serve the world, you're gonna be abased at the end of the day. You see guys like Alizé, bro. Look at that shit. You want to serve the world. Now you trying to be on a podcast begging for a fucking job. Now you got outed in front of everybody about your weird ass bedroom habits. You know what I'm saying? That's really what happens, bro. And he's not even the only guy that does that, bro. There's been plenty of examples of guys who are like that, who wanted to be somebody in the world, wanted to just set themselves up in this type of thing, but then at the end of the day, their works are off. You could just tell in the spirit that they're fucking off, man. And that's the bottom line. We don't want to be that. We're in the stage of the game that the Lord is perfecting up his elect, and it's kind of getting to that point where it's like, okay, like now we're just waiting for Jacob's trouble. How could you wait for Jacob's trouble but be over here trying to be in that, you know, spirit of trying to make it in the world? That makes no fucking sense, man. We're trying to really serve the Lord and work out the rest of these kinks, bro. Perfect ourselves in, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and get the job done, man. The job's not finished. That's the bottom line. The job isn't finished. We still have work that needs to be done. Even the apostles say that they grow still on a daily basis. They still grow. You know, me, myself, I'm a younger brother. There's so much growth that I have to do. There's so much that I have to achieve, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Going through experiences and all this type of shit. My mind can't be focused on fucking chasing bitches and trying to get a bag and settle into fucking Babylon, start a family and shit. That's fucking vanity. That's that bullshit. That's the shit that distracts you. 2 Timothy, the 2nd chapter and the 4th verse. He that warreth entangleth himself not with the affairs of his life. So we're at a spiritual war, man. You're not thinking about coming home and, you know, getting a cup of joe and sitting down with your wife and enjoying the family when you're in the middle of a full-blown fucking fight, man. You want to win that battle, finish the mission, and then you're able to receive some goodness, man. And the Lord put it perfectly, like a woman delivering a child. While she was delivering that child, she don't give a fuck about some money. While she's delivering that child, she could give a flying fuck about what car she drives. She's just worried about getting this human delivered, man. Getting it out, and Lord willing that baby be safe. And when it's out, you're like, oh man, this is great. This is the reward for the pain that I just went through, all these months of having this baby in me, and then now it's finally delivered, and now I can start thinking about the good things that I can do for the child. Now I can start thinking about, you know, all the other vain shit. After you did the major work, we still are in the middle of that labor. We have to do this, and this is a labor of love. You should want to do this labor. Galatians 6:9, be not weary in well doing. You know, we're here to serve our judgment. We're here to carry our cross. You know, some bros have spent their time in the world, but when you come into this truth, you put that shit off quick, bro. You got to get rid of it. It's got to get out of your mind. 1 Peter, the 4th chapter and the 4th verse. For as much then as a Mashiach had suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. You know, the Lord, when he was here in the flesh, he set us up a perfect example of the type of integrity that you need to have whenever you're at war and doing that which you must. We are on a mission. We're as pilgrims, as the scriptures say. So we have to arm ourselves likewise with the same mind as the Lord. When he was here, he was on a mission, steadfast each and every day, doing that which he knew that he must do, carrying his cross. And now we're saying we have to do that exact same thing, to have integrity and to have power through it. But out of one Bartazah, that was an edifying lesson, just kind of going into the fact of not pouring into this world, but rather pouring into the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And lastly, give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Shalom.